Okay, so I've been having this interesting problem that I never knew existed before. I recently got me a dial test indicator. So I've got the corners, all four corners, dialed in to within 1/1000th of each other, and they're all centered around the 0 point there for the focus. This dial test indicator is 0.5 tick marks. So the bed is about, the center of the bed is like 0.4 low, as you can see. But that's a small problem. That's like half a layer at normal printing heights, 10.21 millimeters. But if you look at my controls here, if I change my bed temperature, I'll go to just like 60, close enough, and as soon as I click on, see, the dial starts to drop like a rock. Down, down, down it goes. Only up to 30 degrees. And we've already dropped over 0.005. So it's pretty frustrating when you're trying to print layers that are like 0.008 thick to see that much movement. I've tried using a little box of wood or whatever I can find laying around and putting it up under the glass, under my heater in the center and in these spots that get low, but then I can never get the edges of the glass to sit flat. They always want to pop out because it's just pushing the whole glass up. So don't quite know what to do about that. You can see though it does eventually start working its way back down. I really wanted to try printing on this Garolite material. Whoa, that's yellow. Because I've heard that it can have some better adhesion properties. There we go. But I found that just sitting there, it sags like 0.12 in the middle, just sitting with my 4 adjustable corners. That's where it rests on. So that's no good. That's pretty much useless. So I cannot figure out how to keep things perfectly flat. So, anyways, to about up to 60 now. So we're stabilizing at about 8 below my 0. Looks like. So, anyways, I thought it was interesting. I never knew all this stuff until I got this dial test indicator. One quick update. This is about another couple minutes later, so it has come back down to right about where it was originally. Stinking camera would focus. Let's see if this trick works. Pretty good. So it is sitting around 4 below my corners, 0.004 below, after I just let it sit here for a while. So I guess that is one trick to where you can get it closer, is to just let it sit there for a while and stabilize so that the heat isn't changing drastically. I've got a little watt meter. Come on, white balance. I've got a little watt meter. So it's pretty stable right now, the power going to the bed, not bad. That usually swings up to over 600 watts when the bed's on full blast. So, anyways, just a quick update. So I've been trying to print these large parts out of nylon bridge. I re-wrapped it on a different spool because the normal spools are terrible. But I've been having problems with warping with this nylon. As well as with high impact polystyrene and ABS and pretty much anything but PLA. So I've been experimenting with different things to try to get better adhesion So today I'm trying this UHU glue stick that I've read about. I found it on Amazon for 10 bucks for a box of them. So we will see how this goes. I just put it on and we shall see how it turns out. So here is the first layer so far with the UHU glue stick. I've added a 5mm brim just to increase the odds of success. But we're looking okay so far. Alright, 14% in. We're looking good so far. See the honeycomb. No visible signs of warping so far. Alright, we're at 26%. And we're looking good. Switch to focus. Looking good so far. No visible signs of warping. Looking good. Alright, we're at 40%. We're still looking pretty good. I can hear the beginnings of warping. I can hear tiny little cracking sounds. And this will be the most suspect corner right there. So we shall see. So far so good though. %. Still don't really see any signs of warping. Maybe just ever so slightly. Oh, come on, focus. It's looking pretty good so far, surprisingly. With this UHU glue stick. So we're at 65% now. And it's still looking pretty dang good. There's an interesting artifact though. This part here, there's a 45-degree overhang coming towards the center of this circle. You can kind of see it there. But if you look at the edge of this part really closely, if it'll focus where I want, see right there? Right at the top left edge of that part, it's hanging out a little bit, like there's extra material there or something. Not really extra material, I know that, but it is kind of annoying that that happens. And I'm kind of thinking that's due to the warping, but I don't know for sure. So, keep going and see how it turns out. Alright, we are at 75%, and there's definitely a little warping. When the lighting is just right, I can see it on this corner here. So it's not going to be perfect, unfortunately, but I think this is one of the best nylon prints that I've seen so far as warping goes. This edge is still goofy, but oh well, we'll have to deal with it. 90%. We're looking pretty good still. I obviously still need to tweak my retraction settings for nylon. It's pretty bad, but it'll work. Trim it up. And the warping does not look too bad. It looks manageable, at least. This edge looks worse and worse the longer I look at it. But overall, pretty good. Last little bit, 99%. Done, yay. See how it turns out in a minute. Okay, Alright, so I just peeled off the brim real quick, and as you can see, that's pretty darn nice for nylon. I've never had this part come out this nice with nylon with that little warping. I just peeled off the brim real quick. It's not cleaned up nice yet, but here's this one. So there's a little bit of warping, but it's not that bad. The back side, see if we can see anything. Not much. So this edge though still looks kind of goofy, but overall I'd say pretty successful. Awesome.